Should we ask some questions?
Yeah.
I'd like to ask Taffy, you said you were looking for more support from the community. What sort of support? What are you looking for?
Just to keep a lookout for my house, my children when we're outside. Like I said, this incident happened at 9:30 at night, close to 10. Like, we could have been in our bed sleeping. And if my son was, like I said, if my son wasn't downstairs, that could have caught onto my house. My grandkids were sleeping right near the window where the fire took place at. So, I mean, just more looking out, just helping keep an eye out and making sure my family is safe.
And just the police department said yesterday that their review has pretty much concluded that their use of force, they believe, especially the use of pepper spray, was appropriate. There have been 3 officers who've been disciplined, 2 of them for statements they made, 1 of them for something sort of unrelated to the main hustle.
I
What's
can't
your
answer
response?
that right now. I'm no comment. So I don't know. I mean,
Has the city been in touch with you, the mayor's office?
nobody.
Nobody.
No.
What would
Nobody.
What would you want the city to do if they could contact you?
To drop the charges against our children that did nothing wrong. That when the police ran up, as you can see in the video, they ran up in the yard. Our captain was pushing out all the children on, but we just want the charges against the children dropped.
And being held accountable.
Are you satisfied that they are being held accountable?
They are, so me personally, I don't feel like they're being held accountable. I really don't. First of all, if they were being held accountable, then they'd be out here protecting me. That's first off. Second of all, if they were being held accountable, we wouldn't be finding out from John DePietro and others. They would call us, hey, because not only are they, if they're holding them accountable, how we know these actions aren't for them being held accountable? You're not even letting us know. Nobody's contacting us and saying nothing. So, and held accountable, being held also accountable was apologizing for your actions. You put your hands on children that did not put their hands on you, did not threaten you, none of that. So being held accountable, we teach our children as you're growing up, you say sorry when you do something wrong with somebody else. When you fight with somebody, you say sorry. And I'm not okay with them having a press conference and having somebody talk for them. No, your actions. You individually, each one of them individually put their hands on my children, they individually should apologize. They did nothing wrong. So I feel like my kids are owed an apology. Everybody that was out here that day that got pepper sprayed or mace are owed an apology. We still only have the same angles of the camera. There was 19 cops out here, if not more. We still only have the same angle of the body cams. Where's the rest of these body cams? Where's the body cams when they're kneeing my son in his face, hitting him with the batons? Where's the body cams with them gotten there, the cop that's right there with his knee in my daughter's neck and in my daughter's back? Where's the cop? Where are the body cams that they want to show that they were resisting arrest? Where's the body cams for that? Show us that they were resisting arrest. Where's all of that at?
I have a question about the one of the social media posts from John DePietro shows you wearing a John DePietro shirt.
Yes.
Is that, or were you wearing that shirt?
Absolutely is not me supporting nothing that John DePietro does.
And so that was altered photograph?
Yes, it definitely was altered photographs.
Right.
Because I support nothing that John DePietro does. Nothing at all. All he has done since this incident is defame my character. And you know, I damaged the house $70,000. I never lived in Warwick. You know, he's not going to come for the person that lived in the house because of their race. He's coming and saying it's me. I never lived. I've been here for 10 years.
On the gentleman who was placed on administrative leave with RIPTA, if I could get more information about that, in particular his name, if he's here, I'd like to hear
Pass that
from
down so you can cover
him.
up
I'd
his
like to
camera.
approach RIPTA and see if I can get an
Pass so
explanation.
you can cover his camera.
We're gonna have to contact Richter on that. I don't know why I was placed on administrative leave. I just find it funny. As soon as after we had that press conference,
Could I get your name, please?
Excuse
Your
me?
name, please.
Raymond Lee.
Okay, thank you.
And how soon after that press conference?
Say about a week.
Can you spell your name, please? Your first name?
Raymond,
Oh, Raymond. Got it. Okay.
What do you do for RIPTA?
I drive.
You're a driver.
And sir, did your union come to your support, or have they exerted any support on your behalf?
So far.
Have they grieved it as far as
As far as that knows, I can't comment on that. I haven't spoken to my union representative yet, and he's been doing a very good job on my behalf, so I have to wait till I speak with that gentleman.
Do you think that the media, particularly the larger media and the hate media, understands the issues that the house next door to you has presented
give them the cover.
to the community over a protracted period of time? And do you think that certain people are, if you will, deflecting other people's behavior onto your family?
I would assume so. I would assume so. Basically, what you said, they are trying to deflect things on to my family, but I know my family. I know my woman. I have a good woman. She's strong. Obviously frightened when you're gonna have the side of your bushes doused with gas when you're prepared to go to sleep, and you got your grandchildren down there with their father watching a movie. You know, like any of you will have your grandchildren sitting down watching a movie with them. It just doesn't make any sense. We didn't do anything wrong.
I also want to add, not only was my bushes gouged with gasoline, the Providence Fire Department left it for us to hold down with water with a little hose. And when the next day, when the arson investigator came, it still smelled like gasoline.
And Kathy, can you say whether or not you filed any kind of criminal complaint about the harassment you've been getting? Have you reached out to the police and let them know?
I reached out to my community.
Okay. Do you
That's
plan-
all that I can reach out to is my community.
Okay.
I can't reach out to the police because the police don't want to hear. I called them for the incident. I didn't call them. I called the fire department. They came out, and when they came out for the incident, they stated that they hate coming to this house. So why would I want to call them and tell them anything?
And
I don't trust them.
You mentioned social media threats too, and we're aware of the T-shirt thing and the thing about Warwick. Do you have any other examples you can give us just off the top of your
I
head?
have people in my inbox, or I've shared with some stuff on Facebook. Like I have people in my inbox that I need to control my animal children. I need to be a better mother. I need not to mess up. And then you got people on John DePietro's, comments of, put another knee in the neck on my daughter. Just it's just been ongoing. The phone calls. I had one phone call and it was, Carter doesn't deserve to be. Carter is my grandson who is half white, half black, but he looks like he's white. He doesn't need to be in a family like mine. She needs to die. Then another one was hang my granddaughter.
5 years old.
She's 5. So it's non-stop. I can't answer anonymous phone calls on my phone. And even some phone numbers that come up, like I get V72345 whole bunch of numbers, but it'll say North Kingston, Rhode Island, or it'll say like Exeter, Rhode Island. So I'll answer it because I'm not sure where it's coming from. I can no longer answer any phone call that's not under my phone anymore because it's not all the time. 80% of the time it's death threats or, just negative. It's been nothing but negative and death threats and ongoing stuff. Like I'm a little scared to sit outside, but I'm no longer scared. Yesterday when I talked with Anisha and all of them, like I have them. I really can honestly say that I have them back at me. I have Tyra, I have Anisha, I have all of them, and I'm so grateful because I don't know, like mentally where I would be at right now. So I mean, it is what it is, but I don't deserve this. My family doesn't deserve this. They should be able to be in their house and live comfortably, and when things come up, then things come up for a court or whatever, then that be it. Which we still have not received anything from the Providence Police from when our kids were released. My kids were released and it was, you'll get a court date in the mail. They never gave us paperwork. I never received a court date yet. I haven't heard nothing from nobody except for my peers in the community. I don't know what's going on as far as like court cases or anything like that.
I'm not sure they would listen to you, but if you could talk to the people who are threatening you, giving grief, setting fire to your house, what would you say to them?
I did nothing wrong. My children, my friends, and my family were in my yard. before this, and it started over something so little, and it ended before the Providence Police came here. It could have ended after the Providence Police, before all of the drama with the children. It didn't have to be the way it was. We didn't attack the police. We didn't do nothing warranted for the way they beat on these children. We did nothing, so I don't understand why. So whether they listen to me or not, it's irrelevant. But I'm no longer afraid, and I'm no longer going to be afraid. So I have, especially when you turn around and you look at the support, the amount of support that I have backing me up. I have people that's been coming out, helping watch my house, helping watch my kids, and making sure that we are all right in my home. We're not out here starting. Look at my police record. I don't have one. I don't get in trouble. I have a career. I don't do nothing to get into trouble. I'm not saying I'm the best citizen, but I'm not out here in the streets. I'm not out here getting in trouble. So what I'm being portrayed as is not okay. My children didn't have a record before today, before the 29th. So I'm not the best mother. We all have problems. You live and you learn, each kid. I tell my kids they're a trial and error. Each one I get better, you know? So I'm not the best mother, but I do the best that I can do. And I'm not gonna allow nobody to take that away from me. So, I mean, we tried. But so for the people who targeted me, for the police, when are we gonna target the police? When are we gonna say, you did something wrong? Stop making it about me and my family, because we didn't do nothing wrong. They did the wrong. So let's hold them accountable.
I was gonna say, as it relates to as it relates to the pepper spraying incident from several weeks ago, are you considering at this point further action, further complaints, legal action, even against the city?
I haven't thought about none of that. I just want to hold the Providence Police accountable. I'm not saying, oh no, John Petro, oh, she's in this for the money. What money? I haven't seeked a lawyer. I haven't seeked nothing but accountability. That's it. That's it. So I don't understand why it's, she wants money. What money? What money? And if you're talking about, the GoFundMe page was so that my children and I can go stay in a hotel and didn't have to come out of pocket. But if they also know I came out of pocket to go stay at a hotel. So it's not like I needed their money or the GoFundMe, which I am very grateful for. But don't make it like I'm only out here trying to make these police accountable for their actions for money, because that's not the case. That is not the case.
Should children, I have to ask this question, should children be able to, particularly in the city, be able to play in their side yard, their front stoop, their sidewalk? Isn't that part of being a kid in the city?
Absolutely. Being part of a kid, fighting with your neighbors, arguing, kids fist fight. As I was growing up, and I was born and raised in New York, as I was growing up, my mama would say, oh, don't come to me with that. Y'all only gonna play today, y'all fight today and play tomorrow.
That's right.
and that's what could have happened, but nobody knows the background. We've had issues with the house, and if you look in the video, in front of that house is disgusting. You look now, in front of that house is disgusting. We don't want to live like that. So as John DePietro, I did $70,000 of damages to a house. I don't want to live in dirt. I don't want to live in filth, and I shouldn't have to. So if you want to get technical, that's what the argument was. The argument was about people not respecting and sitting on my property, sitting around my property, and throwing garbage and all of that around. I don't want to live like that. So if you knew me, you would know better. You know what I'm saying? But he's too busy of, I'm a welfare recipient, I'm all of that. I'm not.
Has the city of Providence, and I'm looking at the entire timeline here, back to when this nuisance house.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. Have they failed you?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks.